What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Guy Pandemonium, bringing you a real short video here on captains and captain selection and what you want to look at using them for. I just created a last video for annexing. I've released that one previously before these next few I'm going to do. They were kind of brief tips and tricks in the very beginning, so we're going to jump right into it. So for captains, you want to kind of figure out what you're going to use your captains for. You have 10 slots for captains. I generally recommend minimum of 4 captains for annexing or / plundering a town. And honestly, I don't know what else you would truly use them for, other than, if you wanted to have 1 or 2 for trading purposes. But for the most part, I see everyone using captains for annexing or chasing down pirates. So we're going to kind of get into those two topics. For annexing, there's realistically one perk that I recommend that all captains have to have, and that skill is going to be Carpenter. Carpenter 3 thinks the highest I've only seen it. I don't think it goes to Carpenter 4, but it may. If it does, I haven't seen it. But Carpenter 3 allows you to repair your fleet up to 70% after each and every battle. So when you're annexing a town and you're constantly being attacked and you're constantly, wiping a fleet, you get 70% of your health back, which is a massive plus and a necessary when you're annexing, because you're going to fight continuous waves and waves and waves of people coming in and crashing on you. So you're going to want that. And it also helps where when you capture another vessel during that fight, that vessel will also be healed by 70% at the end. So Carpenter 3 is a must-have when annexing towns, especially, it doesn't matter with. It's just a necessary. You have to have it. That is the one skill you must have for annexing. Now, there are other skills out there. Leadership, which allows you to accommodate up to 8% more sailors, which pretty much that increases the amount of cannons on a ship you can use. I know it says that the cannons are only 46 or 50, but when you have a ship fully stocked, that cannon gets a buff. You get more cannons, and having an extra 8%, or I believe it's 12% or 10% extra sailors results in 8 to 10% extra cannons. Almost. It's a thought. It's not true, but it's a thought. I want you to think of it like that. So instead of only having 46 cannons on the ship, if you have that extra 10% sailors or the extra 8% sailors, you'll have more than likely another 6 or 8 cannons, which does a lot later on in when you're fighting in ship-to-ship combat. The next one, gunmen. Gunmen increases your probability of critical hits, meaning shooting the mast, shooting through the hull, those big hits, by 25%, which is, in my opinion, insane if you do it with the right boat combo. If you can get 4 shots off in a round with one boat, that means more than likely you're going to put a shot through somebody's hull, you're going to shoot their mast down, something like that. Gunman is a great skill to have. Is it necessary? No, but I highly recommend it. Just as leadership, I don't highly recommend, but I do recommend carrying it. Gunner, another perk. Dealing up to 8% more damage. Not necessary, not highly recommended, but it is a recommended skill to have. And leadership, as I already said. And there's another one that you don't see here. It's called maneuver tactics. That is a skill that allows you to have an additional, I believe it's 4 maneuver tactics or 8 maneuver tactics. I'm not sure what the number is. For every vessel in every fight, meaning if you don't have to use that reload ability. You don't have to use your tactics to try and maneuver a ship a little extra more. You can use that. It's another highly recommended skill to have on a captain. Now, skills out of the way for annexing. For pirate hunting, you're only going to want to have, a few perks or a few skills that really kind of catch my eye that I think of, when it comes to pirate hunting in this game. The main one is Pirate Scare. It gives you a percent of being avoided from a pirate attack, 30%, 40%. I think it goes up to 60% or 75%, which the only reason you would use that is when you're in the area of a pirate and you're trying to hunt that pirate down. The pirate's not likely to attack you. You're going to attack it, which if you happen to be sitting there and your ship starts chasing him, you can cancel the chase and just follow him all the way back to his hideout. Thus, you can destroy his hideout and wipe that captain away. So that is one thing that I do highly recommend. There's really no necessary ones for pirate hunting, just highly recommended skills. One being pirate scare, two being eagle eye, which eagle eye I have here can give you up to a higher 50% higher sight radius. That'll help out a lot with being able to see when you're posted up wherever they're last sighted, possibly being able to see them. So I recommend it. That's pretty much it. Carpenter, I recommend. It just saves you money at the end. Helmsman is another one I recommend for pirate hunting as it increases your speed up to 12%. And you do get an additional movement point for each battle during during any sea battles. So that's it as far as skills for annexing and hunting pirates. As far as trading, I mean, if you really want to use it, there's one for smuggler, which allows you to go into pretty much enemy towns or towns you don't have licenses in and then buy and trade and do that. And then embarker here, which allows you to actually just have a 25% increase on your convoy, which if you're using trader flouts, which I think those guys, they're what, 750 or 800, I want to say, per ship. You multiply that by the 10 ships you have, you're at 9,600. Multiply that by 25%, you're at an additional 2,400 spots. So you could have a cargo capacity of up to 12,000 spots for for items. Like I said, I don't really use captains for trading and trade routes, but you can if you want. But those would be about the only ones. And if you're going to do that, I would recommend throwing Pirate Scare on there just so you don't have to worry too much about getting attacked. That's all as far as skills for pirate hunting, annexing, and trading. Like I said, I really don't use trading too much, so those are my two big ones. The next thing you want to pay attention to, which a lot of people don't, I don't know if you guys are really paying to or if most people pay attention to it, is their current level versus their maximum level. This guy right here, he actually just happened to come up. And right now, looking at him, I'm assessing him. I'm going, he's current level 3. He's got a max level of 12, which means I get 9 points I can dump into his skills. So I'm trying to think, is this guy good for me? The only time I really use him is for annexing and pirate hunting. So for me, I've got 9 points. I'm looking at Pirate Scare, Eagle Eye, and Gunner. That would be about it. And, that would be all I could think of. So what you want to pay attention to not only are the skills that come with them, but you also want to pay attention to their current level, their max level, and their daily salary. And if they come with a convoy or not. I mean, the convoy is a big plus if they come with it. If not the end of the world. So, for instance, if I go to, where is he at? Where's he at? Robert here. I got him when he was a currently level 0. He had a max level of 12. He has Carpenter 3, which is perfect and necessary for annexing. And he has Max Gunner and Gunman, which are 2 recommended things as well. So I can go ahead and safely say I can get 12 points for him. I can max Gunner, Gunman, Carpenter, and put 1 point into Helmsman to give him a little bit more speed. This is, in fact, a captain I'm going to hire for the skill set of strictly annexing towns. Going over to Chantal, or Chantal, however you pronounce her name. She came at me as well as a level 0 with a max level of 10, meaning I got 10 skill points I can do. So Carpenter 3 all the way, Gunman 3 all the way, and dumping into leadership all the way, which nets me my 10 points and makes another great selection for annexing towns. Bernard Nicholas here, same thing to an extent. He's kind of what I would consider a hybrid captain, in my opinion. He has Helmsman and Eagle Eye, which is great for hunting pirates. And he also has Carpenter and Leadership, which is great combo as well for annexing. So he is a good character to have. Now, however, he came at me as a level 3 with a max of 8, meaning I only get to select 5 points to put in. I spin it on Carpenter. That gives me 2 points left. So it is what it is. I could go to Leadership, 1 point, Eagle Eye, 1 point, or vice versa, depending on what I want to make him. Because he was a captain at the time, I needed to fill a captain slot. I hired him. Thomas Guerin here, same thing. He came to me as a level 2 out of level 8. He had Carpenter. So to me, that's 6 points I get to use. I've already dumped 1 into Carpenter, which means I have 5 more. So I'm going to max out Carpenter, and then I'll have 3 more points that I can put into Gunman to help out with annexing. And that's that. So when you're looking at captains, you want to know their current level, their max level, and the skills. You want to subtract your current level from the max level. That's how many skills you'll be able to dump into his skill slot. So it may be worth it, it may not be. And you kind of want to know what type of captain you're looking for, whether it's going to be pirate hunting, annexing, or trade. 9 times out of 10, meaning 9 captains out of 10, I'll have strictly for annexing, and 1 captain that's going to be hunting pirates. And that's kind of how I have that set up, but I leave that decision up to you. Hopefully this video has been helpful on how you decide. The daily salary really doesn't affect me much. I mean, it all generally ranges, within 100 gold of each other, so nothing crazy. Their hometown really doesn't do much. So that is all as far as captain selection, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, GP Division, for stopping by. See you on the next one. Peace.